Hi guys, welcome back. This is G-Man, My World 67, and I'm here with a couple of those St. Paul Pacific William Crooks coaches. I got them pulled out. These are the ones that we soaked overnight in water. Pulled them out and took a toothbrush to them and cleaned them. Put them back in for another, hour this morning. Took them out and toothbrushed them again, and that's the way they came out. Pretty clean. Now, if you remember, I had said that these weren't really that bad. They had a little rust on them, but they were mostly dirty, more dirty than rusty. And so they came out really clean. We're going to take the black marker and we're going to go around the frames, touch the frames up, and we're going to do something with the roofs. Now, on this roof, this was the first one that I had straightened out on yesterday. And as you can see, I've already taken some flat black and I've already touched it up where it was damaged. This one was missing a lot of paint here on the corners. And I straightened this out and I repainted it already, restriped it this morning. Now later on we'll come back and we'll go ahead and put those together and finish them up. These are the Wells Fargo shells, and you can see tails of Wells Fargo. These came out really clean. They do have scratches. They are missing. The lettering is really bad, faded on them. That one still got a little dirt on it. I see right there on that step area. This is the other one, and it's more faded than the other as far as the lettering is concerned, and it's more scratched up than the other. And I had said that one shell was a little better than the other, and the other shell was the better shell. But they both came out clean, of course, and I just put them in warm water and a little laundry soap and let them sit overnight, and that's what we came up with. Okay, here's the chassis. They're soaking in vinegar. I've yet got them soaking. I just took them out a few minutes ago. I took the toothbrush, old trusty toothbrush, and scrubbed the frames a little bit, because I found that once it's been sitting for a while, if you still got a little rust, just take them out and scrub them with the toothbrush, and that'll get rid of the excess rust and help loosen up the rest. Now, if you remember right, this car was, I think, the worst car, and you see all the rust is actually gone. What we're doing now is we'll leave these soaking here for another hour or two. You see there's still a little rust back there that doesn't want to give up. We're gonna let them sit for another hour or two, and this one came out pretty decent. Got a little rust right there on that corner. I don't know whether you can see it or not. A little rust right there. And we still got a little rust right there. And so we're going to let those soak for a little while, then we'll wire brush them again. These wheels were completely rusty. These were the bad boys on the tenders. And as you can see, the rust is coming off. Now, I had taken a screwdriver and I had tried to scratch that a little bit to see exactly how bad that rust really was, and it was really crusted. But it's gone now. There's one. Still waiting. And we might have to take a piece of sandpaper or a screwdriver or something and just go over the back of it lightly and get that rust broke loose also. But for the most part, the top side surface of these came clean. There's one. There's another one. So we're going to let them sit a little longer, like I say, another hour or two, and then we're going to take them out. We'll brush them down again with the brush, and then put them all in a baking powder water solution and neutralize it so that it will stop it from derusting. Now, we got one more little bucket, and that is the other St. Paul and Pacific bucket with the St. Paul and Pacific cars that are left. And here they are. And you can see there's still quite a bit of rust on there. These cars were really rusty. And I have taken a brush to them earlier. Matter of fact, I just got done. Let me show you that process, if I can. Real quick, real simple. You just take the brush, put it on the surface, work it back and forth. And it actually does make a big difference. The first time I did this, earlier this morning, these were still covered with rust. And when I got done with them, it's really effortless. Just run the brush over them a few times. The vinegar has already pretty much done the work. Now, wow. That's all there is to it. Now I want to show you what I was saying. If you leave stuff in the vinegar too long that's got a painted surface, it will eventually start eating the paint off. And part of that reason is because there was rust in under that paint, but it will loosen the paint over a period of time. And so you don't want to do any more damage to the paint than you can, especially when you've got really decent cars. That's it, guys. Just wanted to show you that. These are the wheels. They were rusted badly then. I left them on the car, let them soak overnight. The rust started coming off of them. I have not taken, let me show you. The toothbrush to these. They've just been sitting in there since this morning. I figured that they were pretty loose, but I went ahead and took them loose so they can get off the axles. You just go over the wheels, give them a little. And you see that took off quite a bit of the rust. And it kind of makes a way for the vinegar to, helps the vinegar to be able to concentrate on those areas. And if you continue to brush, it'll eventually all come off. But if we just do this now, put it back in, do them all. See, that one's starting to come loose. All the rest is starting to come loose, and we haven't even brushed it yet. So brushing just merely helps to break it up. See that? I don't know if you can see that or not. Just helps to break it up. And it takes a little time. But by later on this afternoon, we'll have it all cleaned up. We'll be ready to touch up the paint, whatever we need to do, and reassemble. I just wanted to share that with you. These are the wheels that were in water only. And you see the back side of them still a little rusty dark. But that will come off. You see that? All right. See, it's starting to come off. But we'll get those cleaned up. Like I say, if I have to take a wire brush to anything, I have a hand wire brush, a small one, and we will take the wire brush to it, no problem. I just want to say that if you have any projects that are extensive, that's going to take a little time to do, like these, or you need to set them in vinegar, might I suggest now would be the time to do it. The president's process of issuing the basically martial law for a 2-week period, I understand. The National Guard all over the United States has been re-alerted, and I think that's going to go in effect this weekend. So, guys, be careful. Stay in as much as possible. Once that goes into effect, don't be fooled. You will be required to stay in your homes. So if you need groceries, you need anything, try to get out and get it in the next 24 hours. If you got any extended projects, anything that's going to take 2 or 3 days to do, or longer, now's the time to start it. All right, this is G-Man, Session 2, Part 3, and you guys have a good one, and I'll see you again possibly this later on this afternoon or this evening. All right, be blessed, and happy rails.